And so I find it, sort of interesting that here we are on Memorial Weekend, right? Seems somewhat appropriate, right, to be in memory of our journey, our life journey, our soul journey, and many of us, have some seasoning, some wisdom, some depth in that journey. And I know people are familiar that the spiritual practice of dying into life is really taught universally in all spiritual traditions. I find the Pathwork is really beautifully strong in this, and really kind of supports and gives us a deep map for it. But I want to expand a little bit, so I'm going to read a biblical quote that speaks to this as well. This is familiar, I'm sure, to everybody. This is Ecclesiastes 3. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill, and a time to heal. A time to break down, and a time to build up. A time to weep, and a time to laugh. A time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to seek, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak. A time to love, and a time to hate. A time for war, and a time for peace. So, inside of this sort of difficult announcement in some ways, this sort of dualistic positioning, we can also feel the movement in between and feel the truth that God has made everything beautiful for its own time. And He has planted eternity in the human heart. But even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. And this, the Pathwork also speaks of, that our biggest difficulty in embracing the whole is that we don't see the whole. So this is the universal wisdom of life. It is also the teaching of the medicine wheel, which MAP embraced years ago. I don't know if all of you have had an opportunity to be on the land with our physical medicine wheel, but we've also always connected with this beautiful mandala of the soul journey. And so with its universal wisdom, in a sense it feels like it's showing us the movements of the journey, and then the guide has given us the ways of immersing and opening and being with it all. So here in incarnation, in the field of time, there are basically 4 movements that we need to participate with. And so I want to invite you all to join me in a guided meditation now, as we imagine walking to and then around the medicine wheel, to revisit these 4 movements that incarnation on earth teaches us. So, take a minute, get comfortable, close your eyes, go inside and connect with yourself. Feel the awesome mystery of the life you are leading. Feel the presence of the life force in your body. Breathing into your heart, feeling that inner yes that brought you here. And imagine that we're walking now to the medicine wheel. Those of you who remember Seven Oaks, we can start in the parking lot, walk down the trail to the pond, and up again to the ridge. Walking along the ridge, we come to the medicine wheel, a circle of stones crossed in the center with 2 lines marking the 4 directions. These remind us of the 4 perspectives and movement of the medicine wheel. Entering into the medicine wheel, we begin at the place of the east. So see yourself facing east. Powers of the east. Energies of the rising sun. Powers of the morning. Of the dawn. See the light dispelling the shadows of darkness, and on the horizon the first rays of light herald the rising sun. Powers of illumination, inspiration, new beginnings, day, spring of each year. Time to plant, time to begin. It is the vision, the inspiration, taking us to action. Vision, first act. Vision, first act. Vision that calls us forward into life. It is spirit moving us into life. Yes, life. Yes, life. Yes, life. Yes, life. Yes, life. Yes, life. And walking around the wheel, we come to the place of the south. And facing the south, powers of the south, we call you, we acknowledge you, powers of the noonday sun, height of summer, powers of desire, powers of growth, courage, risk, moving out, expanding, creating heat, creating friction, powers of growth that move us beyond ourselves, connecting to the other, intimacy, adventure, the place where the vision and the action merge. Heart's desire, thy will be Leaving the south, we walk the wheel around to face the direction of the west. Powers of the west, powers of evening and autumn, time of the harvest, time of gathering, of sorting, of reaping what we have sown. Time for preparation. Time to set aside the seed corn. Never eat your seed corn. Time of feasting. Time of responsibility and self-reflection. Powers of introspection, healing, powers of overcoming loss, powers of grief, powers of forgiveness. Yes to life, yes to learning, yes to loss, powers of the waters of forgiveness. And leaving the west, we walk around the wheel to the place of the north. Hours of midnight. Powers of winter's deep stillness. Powers of ending and release. Time of old age. Time of death. Time of the teaching of the wheel. That is so hard for us to hear. No attachments to creations. No attachment to creations. No attachment to creations. Letting go. Oh, in my being, this teaching is so hard to hear. Give us the grace. Give us the power. Give us all we need to be held, to find the way to let go. Give us the faith to say, even in the midst of death, yes, life, yes, life, yes, life, yes, life, yes, life, thoughts and bellies and mouths, holding life. And now, having gone around the whole wheel, we honor and acknowledge the unseen center. It's in everything. It's in every part. And in closing, see if you can bless each direction for its wisdom. And see your own walk as the powerful journey of initiation that it is. Great Spirit in the center, give us the beauty to know your presence is everywhere, in everything. you return to this circle here, that you're just finding your place now around this medicine wheel and letting yourself drop to the ground. Feel the ground supporting you. Feel yourself being held by the earth, surrounded by life. Come into the center of your heart and feel your yes, life. The beauty, the courage, the love that is each of you. So gradually bringing yourself back, affirming the beauty in everything, honoring our journey, memorializing our journey. Affirming all the wheels you've walked and all the new beginnings, middles, and endings you faced. And just notice how you feel now about some of the deaths you have encountered in the midst of life. Was there a rebirth? What did you learn? I think what I'll do before our closing, that I'll turn back over to Brian, is just share one of my hymns called Divine Blessings. And it's a part of this idea that, yes, we're in this movement of medicine wheel of life and of death, of everything, but in it all is the divine, and in it all is this beauty of rebirth, right? So it's an affirmation and the discovery that we are truly not walking alone, that God, it's being sung to us by God, right? So God is with us, and here's what she, they are saying. I think I have to also turn on my original sound again. Up on the chat if people want to read along or sing along, and we'll do it one more time. I am here, I'm with you always. Now I am in a rising. No, I am alone. I am in you. I am all around and in you. I am each one. temptations. Life has pain, don't run or fight. All is reborn in my life.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
So invite you now just to unmute yourself and put your hands out and just really reach out to everyone that's here. You're just going to different faces and saying in different ways, I'm here with you. I'm here with you.
I'm here with you.
I'm here with
I'm
you.
here with
Here
you.
with you.
Thank
I'm
you.
here with you.
I'm here with you.
I'm here with
Thank you for being there.
Here with you.
Here with you.
I'm here with you.
With you.
Thanks, everybody.
I'm here with you.
I'm here
Thanks.
with you.
To be here with you.
Thank
Good.
you, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Darlene, once again.